My beloved child, listen very carefully because this is not a random moment and this is not a random message. On today, something shifts in the unseen realm around your life, and Archangel Michael is stepping forward right now to warn you, guide you, and protect what is about to unfold. Someone with a secret gift is coming toward you, but there's a reason why heaven wants you to see this before they come to your door. Now that you know this, what you do with it will determine whether this moment is a blessing multiplied or a lesson learned the hard way. Pay attention to this. There's more to this than just a door. It's about getting in. This means that someone can get closer to you, your feelings, your home, or your plans. Some of the things they carry are hidden, even though their hands look open. Archangel Michael says this is important timing. Today is an important date because it marks a spiritual turning point and a time when your ability to discern becomes your shield. Don't get scared. This is not a scary message. This is a message to get ready. When heaven warns something, it's always because heaven wants to keep you safe. Archangel, right now, Michael is standing guard with his sword drawn but ready, watching the movements of someone who is linked to your destiny. You may already know this person. They might have your name, number, address, trust, or at least your attention. They may show up out of the blue and be introduced by things that seem normal, but what they bring is complex. There is a gift, but it's not easy to find because it's wrapped up in choice, timing, and intention. A lot of people miss it here. They think gifts are always clear, clean, and bright when they arrive. But some blessings come in the form of problems. Some people show up late, humble, or even confused. You might also get gifts as tests to see if you're strong enough to see value without being fooled by how something looks. Watch how they come up, says Archangel Michael. Are they rushing you? Do they push you? Do they make you make a choice right away, before you can pray, breathe, or look for peace? That's the first signal. Things that are in line with heaven never demand urgency without being clear. Doors to heaven don't need to be pushed open. Today, your gut will tell you more than usual. Your small emotions can tell you big things. It's a hesitation that you can't explain. A calm you didn't expect. A question that comes up in your mind without words. Do not disregard these signs. This is how Archangel Michael protects us, by making us aware, not by scaring us. Know this, you don't just get the hidden gift. It's something that shows. It might show who is telling the truth and who is just interested. It could show if someone is meant to stay or just pass through. It might even show you a strength you didn't know you had. The arrival of this person is linked to the end of a cycle. Something you asked heaven for is now giving it to you, but not in the way you thought it would. This is where you need to be wise. After praying for answers, many people turn them down because they don't look like what they're looking for. Archangel Michael is telling you to slow down inside. There's no need to put off action, but there is a need to put off assumption. Look past the words. Look past what you see. Don't just trust promises. Look for consistency. Pay attention to tone. Pay attention to how they treat your rules. The little things here are more important than the gift itself. You should also know this. Not every person who brings you a gift is meant to stay in your life. Some are carriers, not friends. They do what they were told and then leave. If you focus on the person instead of the goal, you might miss the end of what God had planned. This is why being smart is a defense. Do not go into too much detail today. Don't feel bad about taking your time. You will benefit more from silence than from speaking. More than confrontation, observation will keep you safe. Archangel Michael says, "Your calm authority will confuse anyone who intended to manipulate, and it will comfort anyone who is genuine." This message is meant to be specific, which is why it feels that way. Not everyone should do this. This is for someone who has been feeling watched, not out of fear, but because they are aware that they are being watched. The person who sensed something was coming, but couldn't put their finger on it. Please accept this as proof. No matter what kind of knock it is, you won't be caught off guard when it comes. You will remember the time. You knew this was going to happen, so you will react with strength instead of surprise. Keep this in your mind. When something comes from God, it never takes away your peace. They won't rush you, but they will stretch you. They may push you, but they don't make you feel lost. Peace tells you where to go. What's coming next will show you why this time is so perfect, and how ignoring this moment could cause something much better that heaven has already planned to happen to you to be late. Here and now, as you receive, I want you to anchor this truth with your voice. Say Amen in the comments below to show that you are ready to receive divine guidance with a calm and open heart. Raise your Amen to show heaven that you will not miss what God has set in front of you. What's coming next will show you why this time is so perfect, and how ignoring this moment could cause something much better that heaven has already planned to happen to you to be late. Open your heart a little more now, chosen one. The next thing Archangel Michael says is what makes this moment feel heavier than usual. The days that led up to today are not just any days. These are days of alignment. Heaven is setting up conversations, delays, and even interruptions, so that when this person comes up to you, you don't react from old wounds, but from your present authority. Archangel Michael tells her, "You have grown in ways that you haven't fully felt. You now know how to pause when you used to act. You've learned to listen where you used to talk. You have also learned to keep your peace without having to explain it. The hidden gift is being sent now instead of earlier because of this growth. If it had come before, you might have handled it wrong, misunderstood it, or stuck to the wrong take on it. This person coming toward you is carrying something that is related to responsibility. It's not a burden, but responsibility, and it takes maturity to carry it. It could be about trust, getting information, a chance, making peace, or getting to something you have been quietly praying for. This is why Archangel Michael cares so much about how you stand. Things will turn out the way you receive them. Pay attention to how your body responds before you think about what it means. Your spirit can sometimes tell you the truth faster than your mind can. Being calm isn't always a sign of comfort. There are times when it's confirmation, and pain isn't always a sign of danger. Sometimes what needs light is exposure. Check in with yourself. Do I feel rushed or stable? That answer will help you. Also important is what Archangel Michael has to say. Yes and no. Not every smile or pause is a sign or a warning. That's why balance is important. Do not start to doubt everyone, but do not be careless either. Fear is not a discernment, it is clear. You are welcome to ask things. You have time to take it. "Let me think about this" is a fine thing to say. Something is not right about this. You may have thought that when someone knocked, you had to open right away, prove yourself, or go out of your way to be accepted in the past. That time of year is over. Now that you're wise, not in need, you open. Your worth no longer depends on who picks you, says Archangel Michael. You make your choice with heaven. This message is also about when to say things. Interrogation will not reveal as much as silence. Let people show you who they are by being honest. Keep an eye on what they do after the first meeting. When you don't give them instant access, keep an eye on how respectful their energy stays. When boundaries show up, good intentions don't go away. Manipulation does. Today, a quiet but important event takes place. Curiosity is replaced by clarity. They will let you know if they want to walk with you, walk by you, or just give you something and leave. You won't feel lost no matter what happens. You will feel in sync. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you don't always keep the hidden gift. It's what you learn sometimes. It's sometimes what you're finally free from. It's sometimes proof that you made the right choice to wait, heal, and grow. I feel how important this moment is, and I think you do too. I want you to fully accept the wisdom that is being given right now. Please type, "I receive this word" in the comments. Your statement should show that you want to be in line instead of confused, and peaceful instead of stressed. Something in the spirit world is set off by your comment, which means you are not only hearing heaven's instructions, but also agreeing with them. Now pay close attention. There is a reason you are here hearing this message. It spoke to you. Now pay close attention. There is a reason you are here hearing this message. It spoke to you. Messages like this get to people who can do something, not just listen. This is where your participation is important. When you respond, the message sticks in your mind more deeply. Take a moment to show that this speaks to you, like this message, so it can reach other people who are in the same situation. Give it to someone who needs to know right now. Write a comment saying that you are choosing to think things through instead of acting on impulse. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to this space so that you can keep getting messages that prepare you before things happen, not after. This community gets stronger by being aware and obeying. You're not just supporting a channel when you do that. Someone who isn't sure what to do at a crucial time is getting light from you. Your attention is also a form of stewardship, says Archangel Michael. What you pay attention to grows. That's why I need you to do something easy but important right now. Click the like button on this video with your finger. Not only does that like help the algorithm, it also sends a message to the spiritual world. It's how you say, "I receive this word. This message makes sense to me. I'm making God's favor flow through my life." You open a channel for heaven to speak what has been spoken over you when you like this video. Focus on peace instead of stress, truth instead of noise, and what fits instead of what looks good. This is not what it seems to be. Things that are more important will be shown one step at a time as the gift is kept secret. Do not move too quickly. Let the message come out the way it's supposed to. Wait. What's about to happen will explain why this person's arrival is linked to a door that you didn't know was about to open. My beloved, calm down now, because Archangel Michael is about to reveal the deeper meaning of this meeting. There is more to this than just who is coming. It is also about what heaven is fixing in you before they get there. A spiritual rebalancing takes place today. So that old patterns don't show up in new ways, something inside you is being changed. There was a time when you thought attention meant assignments, says Archangel Michael. You thought that someone would stay because they were interested. But heaven has taught you through silence, distance, and waiting for things to happen that don't. You now know that not everyone who comes up to you has covenant. There is contrast in some. They show you what you can no longer stand. That's why the hidden gift is hard to find. If it were easy to see, your old habits might kick in. But now the gift needs wisdom, not excitement. And it needs discernment, not emotion. And this shows that growth has happened. You are no longer driven by a sense of need. Alignment guides you. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this person's arrival will make you remember things. You might feel old emotions again. The same dynamics may try to play out again. This is not going backwards. Yes, this is proof. Heaven is proud of how far you've come. You'll notice that what used to pull you doesn't do it as well now. What gave you trouble before now makes sense. What used to scare you now seems small. This is also a warning wrapped in love. Do not dream about the moment. Do not get too spiritual with the person. Do not close your eyes or beat your heart. God doesn't hide plans behind chaos. He hides it by being humble, patient, and calm. Archangel Michael says that the enemy tries to copy timing all the time. He sends you things that look like answers and quick fixes that look like blessings, but they always ask for something that God never does: your peace, your honesty, or your limits. Pay close attention to what you need to do. If it makes you lose your sight, it's too expensive. Tomorrow, what you do, not what you say, will have more power. You do not need to show off. You don't have to talk about your past. You don't have to say anything. Performance won't be as important as presence. Confidence won't be heard over calm. People don't believe the truth right away. You didn't know that one of the doors was still shut in this case. It wasn't locked. You just weren't ready to walk through it without getting lost. That door is now responding to how grown up you are. That person is linked to that door, but they are not the door itself. Do not forget this. Do not mix up the messenger with the place you want to go. Archangel Michael is keeping a close eye on this moment because it will determine the next part of your life. What comes out next depends on how you handle this encounter. Now heaven trusts you. That trust isn't given out of the blue. Take some time to think about this. You're not behind schedule. You're not behind. Not a thing is missing from you. Everything is falling into place as it should. What's coming your way now is coming because you can handle it without breaking, bending, or betraying yourself. Take this instruction in a gentle but firm way. When the time comes, act with knowledge instead of nostalgia, prayer instead of impulsivity, and power instead of fear. You're not the same person you used to be, and the result will show that. Take a moment to seal this message if it speaks to your spirit. If you are ready to see gifts without getting upset, type "I receive divine discernment" in the comments. The blessing code 864 has just been sent to you. Blessings aren't just for you though. It's meant to go through you. So, I want you to share this word from the prophet with someone in your life right now. You can send this to a friend or family member by clicking the share button or put it on your story. By sending this message, you're not just sending a video, you're also sending out the power that is in these words. Listen to how this word flows into this moment. You did not get this message by accident, but this channel is here for a reason other than views or numbers. Through these words, souls are being prepared, kept safe, and sent in new directions. And I want you to join me on that mission. Those who sow into this ground are lighting lamps for those who are still walking in darkness, I hear the Lord say. If you support this work through the direct links in the description, you are not giving to a channel. Someone else's today moment is coming before yours. It makes me feel like you should do something about this stirring, because obeying in these situations opens up rivers you didn't expect. As you give, may heaven give you more wisdom, keep your home safe, and speed up all of your promises that have been put off. Do it right now. Release the seed and observe how God responds. Dear soul, come closer now, because what Archangel Michael tells you now will explain why your spirit has been feeling so alert lately. It's not anxiety that you've been feeling in the background. It's getting ready. Heaven has been fine-tuning your senses so that you don't miss what's important when the time is right. Archangel Michael says that when you look back on today, you will see that there were signs all around you. Short interruptions, late replies, pauses that came out of nowhere, and even times when plans changed without warning. All of these were not problems. Those were changes. God was slowing down some things so that this meeting wouldn't end in chaos or unfinished healing. You need to know something important about the person who is coming up to you. They're not coming to take anything from you, but they will test what you give them, not on purpose, but by accident. How well you protect what is holy to you now, your time, your emotional energy, your access, and your trust will be shown by their presence. This test is not meant to fail you. This proves that you are now taking care of what heaven gave you again. You used to overextend yourself in situations where you should have been careful. You poured into places that couldn't hold what you carried, says Archangel Michael. But now, restraint has turned into wisdom, and silence has turned into strength. That's why you can trust the hidden gift to reach you. This person won't make you feel like you need to be validated. You are not trying to get them to agree with you. You're just here now. To be neutral is to have power. It lets the truth come out without any pressure. There's also a divine turnabout going on here. You may have felt like the one who was hoping, waiting, or wondering in the past. The energy is different now, though. It's you who is being watched. How far this connection goes will depend on how you respond, how steady you are, and how smart you are. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that doors don't slam. They open when there is alignment and obedience, and sometimes the knock you hear isn't from someone else. It comes from God and asks if you are ready to receive in a new way. For the next step, you need to stay grounded. Do not go over possible outcomes in your head. Do not guess someone's intention before they say it. Allow things to happen at their own pace. Divine timing doesn't need help from worry. Your future peace is being kept safe here, which you may not be able to see yet. The quiet life you're making, how stable you are about to become. Heaven is keeping a close eye on these things. That's why Archangel Michael is taking part. He doesn't get involved without a reason. When something important is at risk, he keeps an eye on it. If you feel a check inside you at any time, follow it. To trust your intuition, you don't need proof. Prior to the appearance of evidence, wisdom frequently speaks. When it does, you'll be glad you paid attention. You don't have to be perfect anymore because of this message. You don't need to get everything right. You don't need to keep track of impressions. You do not have to control the narrative. Truth doesn't need to be shown. It needs to be there. After this meeting, something will settle in you, says Archangel Michael. It could be a quiet confidence, a sense of closure or confirmation. The interaction will make things clear, even if it is short. You will know what to keep and what to let go of. Do not forget about the little things. Some conversations change the whole season. Some meetings change the years. And some gifts are only clear after you think about them. Step by step, you are being led. There is no hurry. There is no waste. and nothing is coming without a reason. We're going deeper now, and I want to know who else is with me in this truth. Type "I stand in clarity" in the comments right now if you are determined to move forward with clarity and not give up when things get confusing. In your words, say that you won't be moved by how things look, but only by peace and alignment. Right now is your chance to take part, to show heaven you are awake and aware. Hold on tight. Keep an eye out. Stay in line, because there won't be confusion after this moment. It's order. You won't have to knock twice on the next door that opens either. Dear one, take a deep breath as you read this. Archangel Michael wants you to pay attention to what happens after the knock. A lot of people are so focused on the moment they arrive that they forget how important what comes next is. Heaven is getting you ready not only for the meeting itself, but also for the choices you'll make afterward, when no one is looking and no one is speaking to you. Archangel Michael says that the real work starts when people stop talking to each other, when the conversation is over or the door shuts again, or when you are alone with your thoughts. That is when discernment either gets stronger or weaker, and this time it will grow up. After this person comes into your awareness, there will be a pause. It could last hours, days, or even a short season. Do not think of that pause as a sign of doubt. It's called integration. God gives space so that the truth can settle down without any problems. You shouldn't jump to conclusions too quickly. You should pay attention to what stays the same when your feelings go away. Pay close attention to what your spirit keeps telling you. Does peace last, or does it slowly fade? Are you stable, or do you feel a little uneasy? These feelings don't just happen. They mean something. When the noise dies down, Archangel Michael says, heaven speaks most clearly. Not temptation in the usual sense, but the urge to go back to old ways of thinking, to think too much, to take responsibility for outcomes that are not yours, to read over words and look for hidden meanings that are not there. Don't do this. You don't have to figure out everything. This is not a trick. What is meant for you will be clear. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that getting clear doesn't always mean being excited. It can come as relief, a deep breath out, or the feeling of, I don't have to force this. That feeling is holy and should be respected. There's a reason why heaven waited until now to make this happen. You have learned to be still when you don't know what to do. You now know that being quiet does not mean someone is not there. Because of this, you won't mess up what's happening. It's becoming clearer to you that you can trust yourself again through this process, not without thinking, but carefully. Not in a feeling way, but a spiritual way. Repair work is being done here. Also, Archangel Michael talks about being careful. You might feel like you need to tell other people about this right away to get support or advice. Be careful. Not everyone needs to be able to see what God is doing. Some things grow better when they are alone. Watch out for the early stages of revelation. Too soon should not be revealed what is holy. This doesn't mean being alone. It means being smart about how you talk to people. Pick carefully who will hear your story as it develops. It's powerful to keep something in. Another thing you need to know is that this person's role might become clearer when they are not there than when they are. Pay attention to how they use space. Check to see if they follow your pace. Keep an eye out to see if they let things breathe without putting any pressure on them. These actions are more honest than words when it comes to showing what you really mean. You are entering a time when you no longer seek clarity, according to Archangel Michael. Staying aligned will bring it to you. Don't try to force results. They will come to you on their own. That's your sign if you ever feel like you have to give up something important to keep something alive. When it comes from God, you don't have to shrink. It doesn't ask you to break your morals. It doesn't push you to go faster than peace lets you. This message also shuts a door you used to leave open to please other people or because you were afraid of missing out. But that door no longer serves you. And the fact that you don't feel bad about closing it shows that you're getting better. You are not missing out on opportunities, claims Archangel Michael. You are making them better. What's left over after being refined is always stronger. You will notice a small change in how you see people as the days go by. You will see them less idealized and more clearly. You will feel less emotionally attached to them and more spiritually aware. Separation is not what this is. This is growing up, being able to receive without holding on, appreciate without relying, and judge without questioning yourself is what you are becoming. This is a strong spot to be. Trust the way things are going right now. Trust the breaks. Trust the quiet clarity that comes. Trust that the things that are meant to stay will find a way to stay. Archangel Michael stays alert not because there is danger nearby, but because fate is at work, and what is active needs to be kept safe until it is fully set up. Stay steady. Keep an eye out. What is happening is exactly how it should be. Archangel Michael is now talking about the internal change you need to make as this season goes on. So take this gently, my beloved child. What is happening is not only movement on the outside, but also alignment on the inside. Your spirit is being trained by heaven to act from authority instead of reaction, and from wisdom instead of emotion. There will be times after today when you want to think about what happened and ask yourself if you handled it correctly, if you said enough, or if you should have done more. This temptation is not condemnation. It is a habit trying to stay alive. You no longer need to replay moments to feel safe. What was aligned will remain aligned without your mental effort. Archangel Michael says, you are being asked to rest, though. Not being passive, but trust. Trust that what heaven plans won't fall apart when you stop watching it. You are also becoming more skilled at discerning things. You'll notice that you react more slowly and carefully. There is no hesitation here. Now this is mastery. There is no longer a lot that can move, shock, or impress you. That's exactly why some things can now come up to you without hurting you. In this passage, Archangel Michael says something very important. You don't have to answer everything that comes your way right away. Avoidance does not come from silence. When used right, it is authority. You can watch without getting involved. You can listen without having to agree. You can pause without having to say anything. You need to protect your inner environment this season. How clearly you hear God will depend on what you let into your mind. Keep noise to a minimum. Avoid ideas that make peace less likely. Don't have conversations that make you less clear. There is no isolating here. You might be focusing. There is also a divine call for you to be proud of who you have become right now. You no longer have to let down your guard to seem nice. Being kind means being honest, being clear, and having self-respect. Your boundaries are not walls, they are gates, and gates open on purpose, not by accident, says Archangel Michael. In the background, something else is happening quietly. People are reacting to you in new ways. Some people will be drawn to how calm you are. Some people might feel uneasy around your clarity. It's not possible to handle this. It is something to pay attention to. People who can walk with you into the next season will naturally be chosen by your growth. This is also a reminder to always be thankful. Instead of luring you back into old patterns of regret or anticipation, gratitude keeps you in the here and now. Thank God for both what is coming and what he has already kept you safe from. Let's take a moment to talk about this because it's important. If these words make you feel something, it means you are not just listening, you are aligning. And alignment gets stronger when you do it on purpose. Please take a moment to like this message so that it keeps reaching people who are in the same situation. Give it to someone who needs calm clarity instead of chaos. Tell us in the comments that you are choosing peace, wisdom, and discernment this season. Now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. This space is there to help you get ready for shifts, not after the fact. When you subscribe, you stay in touch with guidance that helps you see divine timing as it happens. Stay with this message if it has been bringing you down to earth, making you stronger, or making things clearer for you. Wait a minute. What's coming next will link the protection you can't see with a very real result you will soon see in your daily life. Trust me, the next discovery will make sense of everything. Archangel Michael is still with you, not just watching over you from afar, but actively keeping your peace. He notices the little things, like the times you pause or think about something, and the choices you make when no one else is looking, and God is happy with how you've grown. Do not be afraid to move forward. Keep going steadily without putting any pressure on yourself. What is coming together now won't need any force. It will require being loyal. You're ready now. Archangel Michael is now telling you what is quietly changing beneath the surface of your everyday life. Please be still as you read this. Heaven has already started moving things around, even if you don't see big changes just yet. This is the stage where decisions are made about what will happen long before the results can be seen. You might feel like your priorities have changed. Things that used to keep you up at night don't seem as important now. You don't feel the need to pursue conversations like you used to. It's not a loss of passion. It's getting better at focusing. Archangel Michael says that your spirit is aligning with what really supports you, not just what takes your attention away. Since the event connected to today is over, you are now entering a clear, calm, and peaceful time. Do not think too little of calm times. They're often where the most important work gets done. People notice loud breakthroughs, but quiet alignment makes things last longer. There is something that is being fixed in you right now. Trust in your own judgment. Not pride or relying on oneself without God, but confidence that comes from knowing the right thing to do. You are getting better at knowing when to act and when to wait, without having to think about it twice. This shows that you are an adult. If you can wait without getting anxious, Archangel Michael says, that is one of the best things that is protecting you right now. No longer does waiting feel like a punishment. It seems to have a purpose. Heaven knows you're ready for more just by that. You might also notice that some people drift away on their own during this phase. There is no rejection here. This is called redirection. Alignment always changes the order of things. Some connections were seasonal and were meant to teach you a certain thing. Some people couldn't follow you to clarity because they were happy being confused. Let them go without being angry. Gratitude makes doors shut softly. This season is teaching you how to receive without getting attached, to take part without expecting anything in return, and to be involved without losing who you are. These are skills that keep fate safe. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that you don't get smarter by being alone. You get smarter by having experiences. Do not be afraid of interacting. Fear losing your mind. Being present is now possible for you without getting off track. That's growth. You will feel like something is about to happen sometimes. But nothing changes in the outside world. Do not lose your patience. The heavens often give signs before they act. You are first made aware, so you are not surprised when you act on what you know. You are also learning that peace is not just an emotion, but also a choice. Now, peace comes from being in sync, not from the circumstances. That's why changes in the outside world won't shake you as much as they used to. According to Archangel Michael, you are becoming more stable right now. Stability is what keeps blessings in your life instead of letting them pass through. During this time, pay attention to how you handle small problems. How much has healed will depend on how you feel. You no longer feel frustrated where you did before. You no longer feel offended where you did before. These are signs of being free inside. In addition, you now have more power than before. Not power over other people, but power over yourself. No longer do your thoughts run wild. Your feelings no longer control what you do. This is how you learn to be a good leader. Heaven trusts you with more responsibility because of this power. Blessings that are heavy need people who can hold them steady. You might not want to explain your choices to other people as much. There is no secret here. It's called discernment. Not everyone needs to know how you think. You and God are the only ones who should understand some things. Archangel Michael says that your life is getting easier but deeper. There are fewer distractions, you can see where you're going, and your boundaries are getting stronger. This ease of living makes room for what really matters to grow. Do not hurry to name this season. Allow it to happen. Labels often stop God from making something new. Hold on to being open, aware, and grounded. You are no longer waiting for permission. You need to wait for confirmation. Peace, consistency, and alignment are also ways to get confirmation. What comes next won't feel strange. Somehow, it will feel like it's been there before, like your spirit knows it before your mind does. The way divine alignment works is like this. Stay in the present, pay attention, hold on tight. Without any effort, the next move will just happen. Archangel Michael keeps an eye on things, not because there is danger, but because what is being built needs to be kept safe until it is finished. It will be my choice. Put your thoughts aside for a moment, because Archangel Michael is now explaining why this whole sequence has had to be so precise. This is not just a time to think things through, it's also a time to hand over spiritual responsibility. People who rush, freak out, or act based on their feelings don't get to see things more clearly from heaven. It trusts people who can listen, wait, and do what they're told without always needing to be told again. A lot of your growth has happened inside you up until now. Heaven sees it all, but people don't. People have noticed how calm you are, how patient you are, and how willing you are to pause instead of reacting. Because of this, you have been given knowledge that protects you and those who are connected to you. Archangel Michael says, this is why the person who was linked to today was allowed to be close to you, not to scare you or change your mind, but to show you how sharp your senses have become. The hidden gift was never meant to take the place of something you already had. It was meant to confirm something that was already known. There is a release going on here, a release from doubting yourself, from needing outside confirmation, and from giving too many reasons for your choices. You are moving into a time when your inner knowing will lead you. That knowing is based on peace, not fear. You might even notice that you're not as easily upset as you used to be. Things that used to make you think too much now just pass through you without bothering you. This is not feeling emotionally numb. This is the order of emotions. Your emotions are no longer in charge. The lines are straight. Archangel Michael says this shows that you are spiritually mature, and stability comes with being mature. Stability fosters trust, which in turn fosters doors that are not open to all. You're also becoming more authoritative in the way you talk or don't talk. Now you don't have to correct everyone, explain everything, or defend your point of view. Silence is now consciously used. Words are now used with care. This is moving wisdom. This calm is not the same thing as being stuck. Heaven works even when it doesn't look like it. Roots are getting stronger, strengthening the foundations. What grows below the ground determines what sticks out above the ground. Also, this is the time of year when you learn to tell when something is done for good. Not every situation needs a talk to end it. There are some things that can only end with peace, understanding, and freedom, and that's enough. If you feel safe right now, Archangel Michael wants you to know that it's not by accident. It's on purpose because the next part of your life is important. Putting weight on something makes it stable, and seasons like these build stability. There will be times when you feel pushed to trust yourself more, to move forward without asking too many people for advice, or to wait for everyone to agree. That nudge is not pride. It is permission. Heaven is teaching you how to carry clarity without becoming rigid, how to stay open without becoming vulnerable to manipulation. This balance is rare, and it is valuable. Now receive this healing word. Type, "I walk in divine clarity," in the comments if you are ready to trust discernment over impulse and peace over pressure. Blessing code 1139 is now activated over your life. This message and others like it do not reach people by accident. They quietly get to the people God is getting ready. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. Dear one, pay close attention now, because Archangel Michael is taking your attention away from the present moment and putting it on the season that comes after it. Many people get ready for an encounter, but they don't get ready for the responsibility that comes after things are made clear. You're being prepared in a different way. Heaven is not only showing you what to look for, but also how to handle what it has shown you. Once the events of today have passed, you might notice a small but significant change in the way you carry yourself. You become calmer and more sure of how you feel about life. It's not like you used to look for signs like that. Signs seem to follow you instead. This is not a mistake. This is how you align. Archangel Michael tells you that your trust in God is growing, not the kind of trust that needs proof every step of the way, but the kind that moves steadily because it hears the voice of the shepherd. This is where you learn the difference between intuition and impulse, between being pushed by God and feeling like you need to act right away. This skill will keep you safe for a long time after this moment. Your expectations are also getting better. You no longer base your hope on what other people can do or say they will do. It's being held down by consistency, character, and peace. This change alone will keep you from being let down in the future. You might feel like you can't handle as much confusion anymore. Things that used to drag on quickly end now, either by becoming clear or by being let go. Not being patient is not this. It's alignment that won't live with chaos. Archangel Michael says that now is the time of year when your no says a lot more than your yes. You no longer say yes because you don't want to miss out. Your fear of being turned down no longer makes you say no. Your answers are thoughtful, measured, and based in reality. There will be times when people get your restraint wrong. They might think that your lack of speech or physical presence shows that you are not interested in them. Do not be in a hurry to correct what they think. People who are supposed to understand you won't need to be told over and over again. People who demand access without respect show how limited they are. This is also a time of internal order. Your thoughts are less all over the place. Your choices seem more thought out. Your feelings don't react as much. You don't feel less because of this. It means that you can clearly feel. Archangel Michael reminds you that order brings more order. As you organize your thoughts and feelings, the outside world will start to mirror those changes. Chances come up more naturally. Conversations seem to have more meaning. No longer can distractions hold you. You might find that the doors you used to knock on aren't as interesting to you now, not because you failed, but because you're too big for the space behind them now. In this case, it means gain, not loss. There is also a quiet confidence growing in the way you think about the future. What if this goes wrong? Is no longer a question for you. You are asking, what if everything goes exactly as planned? Everything changes when you change your point of view. You are entering a time when peace will be your filter, according to Archangel Michael. If something interrupts it needlessly, you know right away and don't feel like you have to put up with it anymore. This new understanding will change how you schedule your time. You'll be less likely to want to take on too much. Depth over volume and quality over quantity are the things you will pick. These choices will add up to stability. This season is very strong, so don't forget that. Even if it seems quiet, the strongest foundations are often built during quiet seasons. What is built now won't be easy to move in the future. Along with that, you are learning to trust pauses. A delay is not always resistance. Pauses can be used to protect you. Some are getting ready. Some are just God giving you time to rest before you move on. Archangel Michael says you are set up to see alignment without giving it too much thought. You'll know when something fits. If it doesn't happen, you won't try to make it. This is the result of everything you've been through. You became clear through confusion. Being let down taught you how to choose wisely. You learned to be wise by waiting. Take this truth with you as you go. You're not behind. You're not behind schedule. You're not missing anything that was meant for you. You will find what is yours in peace, not fear. Stay steady. Stay on the ground. You won't have to give up on yourself for what's coming next. You will have to trust the person you have become. Archangel Michael is still watching over you to make sure that what comes into your life now fits with what God is building inside you. This fit will be clear to you. Archangel Michael is now talking to you about how you move forward now that everything has been revealed. Stay with this message, my beloved. This is not the time of year for big announcements or hasty choices. This is the season of becoming. You should live what you've learned, not just read about it. Your energy will speak louder than your words from now on. People will know you are clear even if you don't say much. In this case, alignment creates a quiet authority that can't be copied. You are no longer trying to make people believe in who you are. You're just standing in it. Archangel Michael says this is where a lot of people fail, not because they are stupid, but because they forget to use what they know all the time. It takes time to discern. You do it every day, so it's second nature to you now. Now you don't have to turn it on and off. It is built in. You may notice that things get solved on their own without any problems. What used to take work now gets solved by time, distance, or the truth coming out on its own. This is the perfect use of time. God is doing more in your life with less stress. A new level of controlling your emotions is also taking hold. You still feel deeply, but your feelings don't run your life. It's possible to be let down without giving up hope. Being happy doesn't mean you have to hold on to it. This balance is strong and not often seen. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that this stability is what keeps future blessings safe. You can be sure that things that can't be shaken will get stronger, and heaven never lets growth go to places where it can't stay. You see people differently now that it's fall. You're not looking for red flags out of worry anymore, and you're not ignoring them out of hope either. You can see well. You don't have to rewrite what is shown because you agree with it. Being honest with yourself sets you free. There may be times when you want to go back to old habits of forgiving too much or giving too many reasons. Take a moment to breathe and remember how far you've come. You don't have to earn peace. You're welcome to keep it. Your discernment can now keep going on its own, says Archangel Michael. No longer do you need constant proof of what you already know. This is not being far away from God. This is being close to Him. Know that you are not alone on this journey as this message keeps getting to you. A lot of people are getting ready in the same way, quietly, on purpose, and without a show. And clarity grows when it spreads. If this message has helped you feel more grounded, stronger, or see things differently, please like it right now so that it can reach more people who need calm and clarity. Tell someone who might be at a fork in the road about it. Leave a comment saying that you are moving forward with peace and wisdom. You are also welcome to subscribe if you haven't already. If you stay connected here, you'll get messages that prepare you for changes before they happen, not after they do. That's not what this is about. It's about being ready. Please wait a little longer, in a way you might not expect. What comes next will tie everything together. You will want to know how this season ends and what heaven has planned for you next, so trust me. Archangel Michael stays alert, not because things are uncertain, but because power has been given to you. You are being watched over because people trust you. Carry on walking steadily. Don't stop choosing peace. What lies ahead will meet you without any trouble, and you'll know what it is right away. Dear soul, stay still as you read this because Archangel Michael is now telling you what the silence you've been walking through means. This isn't just a pause. It's time to seal things. Heaven seals what it wants to keep, and keeping things safe always comes before growing. Things may feel calm in a way that you can't quite put your finger on. Solid, but not exciting in the old sense of the word. This is done on purpose. God is holding you down so that when things start to move again, they don't throw you off. For the next part, you will need to be steady, not fast. The reason the meet around, says Archangel Michael, God was watching how you deal with restraint today, which is why things didn't change right away. A lot of people ask doors to open, but not many are willing to put in the work to walk through them without losing their balance. You have shown heaven that you can wait without getting angry and choose not to do something. Now that you're older, your reactions show it. You answer instead of reacting. You pick to chase instead. You don't hold on, you let go. These changes are big. They are building blocks. They tell you how much weight your future can hold. You might not feel as rushed to describe what's going on in your life. There is no longer a need for labels. It's not as important to give explanations now. This is because you're not living to interpret anymore. You're living the truth. And the truth doesn't need to be held up. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this season is teaching you how to stay root, even when you can't see the results yet. This is faith at work, not emotional faith, but faith that is put into action, the kind that doesn't need to be made sure of anything. In the same way, your desires are becoming cleaner. What you want is more important than what you want less of. You're not impressed by looks, attention, or getting what you want. You want something solid, steady, and peaceful. This refinement keeps you safe from distractions that look like chances. You might feel like your intuition is stronger, but also calmer now. It doesn't yell. It pushes. It doesn't get too much. It shows. This is how discernment grows up. It stops being hard to hear and becomes a part of you. This is why some things have slowed down, says Archangel Michael. Too much speed would have drowned out smarts. Wisdom is now in charge because silence allowed it to rise. You are also learning that you don't need an audience for every chapter. Not noticing, comparing, or commenting on some growth is the best way for it to happen. Privacy does not mean hiding. It shows respect for what God is still making. You and heaven are going to trust each other more. You no longer want God to tell you everything. You believe He will order it. That trust will pay off in ways you can't see yet. You'll also be able to say no without feeling bad this season. It's becoming clear to you that turning down things that drain you is the same thing that feeds you. This clarity is safety. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that peace does not mean there are no problems. Being in alignment is what it is, and you are walking in alignment right now. Don't think that the calm means that nothing is happening. The seeds grow slowly. In the dark, roots grow deeper. What is being built below the surface will soon make it possible for things to grow. At some point, everything will fall into place naturally, and you'll realize that the whole process was meant to help you see it without fear, doubt, or hesitation. It's no longer being taught to you how to deal with life. You are learning how to wisely guide yourself through it. Archangel Michael is still watching over you, not because he is afraid of something, but because something important is about to be finished. Stay on the ground. Keep your cool. We are getting close to the end of this season, and it will be clear, not confusing. You won't be surprised by what comes next. It will prove you. The final message from Archangel Michael is now bringing an end to what has been happening in heaven, step by step, my beloved child. There aren't any tears or drama in this ending. The ending of this story is the kind that makes you feel good and clears up any questions you might have. Everything about today was never meant to be too much for you. It was meant to get you ready. Now that preparation is over, positioning is the word. There is a place where you can see alignment without doubting yourself, where you can receive without fear, and where you can leave without feeling bad about leaving. There wasn't a big change around you, says Archangel Michael. It took place inside you. You are no longer controlled by what you expect. Clear thinking guides you. There is no longer a desperate need for signs. You know the truth without stress. That shows that you are spiritually grown up. It worked out for the person who came with the secret gift. It didn't matter how long they stayed or how small their role was. What they brought wasn't the real gift. It was what made you smart without being suspicious, calm without being passive, and strong without being harsh. You are now on the edge of something. You're not as eager to cross it this time, though. You are sure that what is yours will come to you at the right time. You now know that rushing doesn't make things happen faster. Alignment does that. Archangel Michael wants you to understand this well. There is no loss of anything important. There has been no delay in anything useful. God hasn't missed anything good. There was a reason for every pause, every silence, and every moment of waiting. The weight of doubt has now been lifted. You might feel lighter without being careless, open without being left out, and hopeful without being desperate. One of a kind, this balance. Watch out for it. It will get you a long way. Some people will not understand why you are so calm. If you don't react or explain yourself, they may think you do. To make them feel better, don't shrink. Being calm is not a sign of pride. It is in line. You are entering a season where answers come without much trouble, says Archangel Michael, where things become clear on their own, where doors open for you because they know what you've become. Now you're not looking for a reason to live. You're walking slowly through it. Let this truth hold you up. Discernment will keep leading you. Peace will keep reassuring you. You will continue to be safe because of your wisdom. Now, please seal this message, as sealing something means it's done. You can write, "I am sealed in divine wisdom" in the comments if this word makes sense to you and gives you peace. Blessing code 2024 is now being used on your life. Just one last thing before we end. I want to talk to those of you who haven't subscribed yet. You are being asked to tune in to what heaven is doing through this channel. With a subscription, you don't just stay up to date. You also stay covered. It's about staying in sync with the prophetic alignment that is being sent out all the time. God knows that you want to stay connected to the words that prepare, protect, and set you up for what is coming when you subscribe. Now that this message is over, let this invitation flow naturally from everything you've been given. Those who help carry this word help open doors for others before fear takes hold. I hear the Lord say, this mission is not to entertain people. It is to prepare their soul as this awakening grows inside you. Know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Now, I'm going to let you go with one last instruction. Spread this message. Don't keep it to yourself. Click share and send it to someone you care about who is having a hard time or needs more information. You're not just giving them information when you share this prophetic word. You're also letting the anointing that was built into it into their lives. As you carry breakthroughs for your network, you are becoming one of them. And I promise that as you share, the breakthrough you're hoping for will start to happen in your own life. Do it right now. Give this word to someone, and the Holy Spirit will flow through you. Do it now. Follow the nudge. Let heaven answer. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.